فخامة الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي رئيس الجمهورية القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة.
Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces.
السلام عليكم.
Peace be upon you all.
تفضل.
Please be seated.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فخامة الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي رئيس الجمهورية القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نجتمع اليوم حفاوة بمجموعة من أبناء الوطن الكرام الذين هيأ لهم وطنهم فرصة عز مثيلها للتأهيل الكامل لفنون وعلوم شتى كيما يتأهلوا لرسالة البلاغ عن سيدنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. ولعل في تسمية الدفعة باسم الإمام حسن العطار واختيار تلميذه النجيب رفاعة الطهطاوي لتكون رؤيته وجهوده موضوع بحث التخرج، لعل في ذلك دلالة على سمو الرئاسة
is significant of the duties that is expected along with the greatness of their responsibilities. And now the Ministry of Al-Qaf of a new era provide the date of its sons in reaching such the end of the third course of the Endowments Imams. To congratulate the patch to be granted the doctrines of awareness from the factory of Minsk, the Egyptian Military Academy. For the scholars to be accompanied by the elite of their soldier in order to start their course of preaching, and the best thing to start the holy verses of the Quran recited by the scholar Ibrahim Karamkhin.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وكذلك أنزلناه قرآناً عربياً وصرفنا فيه من الوعيد لعلهم يتقون أو يحدث لهم ذكرا. فتعالى الله الملك الحق. فتعالى الله الملك الحق. ولا تعجل بالقرآن من قبل أن يقضى إليك وحيه. ولا تعجل بالقرآن من قبل أن يقضى إليك وحيه. وقل رب زدني علما. صدق الله العظيم.
نستمع الآن.
We'll listen now to the speech of the chairman of the Egyptian Military Academy, Brigadier General Mohammed Salah al-Turki.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
The most gracious, the most compassionate, His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the President of the Republic, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, esteemed guest, I welcome you today in such a very distinguished day of the Egyptian Military Academy, the Minaret of Sciences of the Armed Forces, to celebrate the graduation of a new galaxy of Egypt's Imams. And I wish to reaffirm that what has been achieved is not just a conclusion of a training course, but it is a fruit of a national vision based on the sound science and the enlightened thought and the belonging of the nation. Today is not just a graduation ceremony event, but a reflection of the consolidated collaboration between the Ministry of the Awqaf and the Egyptian Military Academy, reaffirming that Egypt is to continue building a human, aligned with the building the nation, and realizing that the preserving mind isn't more or less than protecting the borders, and the battle of awareness is one of the most important battles of the present and the future, and we're very keen to gather between the demands of the era and the content of the methodology based on the Egyptian State Vision 2030, aiming to preparing the preserve the Imam to combat the extremism by science, knowledge, and pretext. Imam's graduation batch, you came to the academy as vested of the knowledge, the intellectual, to help you to perform the noble message. Now you are carrying a message before you carrying a degree, carrying and children the responsibility of disseminating the awareness, be the advocates of building, not destruction, help not desperate, disseminate the value of mercy and tolerance, work and to be loyal to the Egyptian science in behavior, science and belonging. Remember, as always, that the sound word is to become a thought, and the role model is to build generations, and the well-rounded Imam is the first line of preserving the minds of the nation. Your Excellency, Mr. President, Egypt has become, thanks to the Almighty God and thanks to your wise leadership, a role model of the national will that knows no impossible. And here in the Academy, we vows your leadership to continue the message of the Academy in preparing and qualifying the national cadres that is capable to in different fields, in believing that building the human is the principles of building the new republic. To conclude, I wish to congratulate our sons of graduates, their family, wishing them all the best of luck in performing in a noble message in light for the leadership of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the President of the Republic and the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and peace be upon you all. To present the training course overview presented by the chairman of the civilian courses of the Academy. The training overview, based on the directives of His Excellency President of the Republic, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, in qualifying and training the civilian courses of the Egyptian Military Academy, in preparing a new generation that is vested by the highest degrees of perception and awareness, contributing in correcting the moderate religious discourse in order to elevate our homeland, Egypt. His Excellency, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, ratified to preparing the third batch of the qualifiers of the Ministry of Endowments, comprising of the 263, starting the 3rd of January to the 20th of July 2026. The course's goal to pay much concern of the new generation of having the highest degrees of perception and pumping the spirit of belonging of the nation, the fitness qualification in line with the nature of the profession, and the psychological qualification to be vested by the patient and determination. The course term for 23 weeks of total 161 days of 935 training hours from the term of the 3rd of January to the 20th of July 2026. The fields of the course being divided to 3 main courses as follows: the educational term of 723 hours presided by the attendants of the Ministry of Endowments, and the general courses of the digital transformation of 48 training hours presided by the Institute of IT of the Armed Forces, and the psychological course of total 32 hours presided by the psychological work entities of the Armed Forces, and the security threats course of total 32 training hours presided by the Institute of Security Studies, and the governance courses of corruption and combating presided by the Authority of Administrative Monitoring Entity of 48 training hours presided by the National Academy of Qualification of the Young People, and awareness courses, the topic of the national security and strategy for 40 training hours by the lecturer of the high and strategic studies. Any order, sir? My name is Ahmed Saeed Farag, a trainee of the Egyptian Army Academy, presented the knowledge overview of Rafah al-Tahtawi, specifically of the science of the reasoning, and with the encyclopedic assessment to opening with the other civilization of getting what they have for what we need. Yes, it truly happened. Yet you're going to Russia along with Rafah to France to accompany of the scientific mission to learn of the new modern studies of Europe. Mr. Sheikh, I came from Cairo, from the Egyptian Military Academy in 2026. Please tell me on the obstruction, or rather the construction of your project in the book of the end of the past of the inhabitant of Hijaz and the methodologies of the modern literature. Through my journey, the summary of Tabriz and the establishment of the language school. What about the law and justice? The establishment of justice is the purpose of construction. Then, therefore, I studied the law, and our students continued their path of the Islamic comparisons. What about the nation? It's not a slogan, but it is shouldering a responsibility, and I thought that serving the nation is the loyalty of the nation. I studied or paid too much concern of education, particularly the girls' education, as shown in the book of the right guidance for girls and boys. What about the hardship as mentioned in the book of the sound say of the renewal and the hardship? Rifa'ah made a strong generation distinguished by Muhammad Qadri Basha, the pioneer of law, and Muhammad Ali, the pioneer of education, and Saleh Bek and Makhluf al-Minyawi, the pioneer of the legal and Sharia comparisons, and then al-Buta'i, the Mufti of Egypt, and Dr. Muhammad Raz, the pioneer of the theory of the Quranic miracle, and Dr. Adli Guman, the member of the board of the scholars. Al-Tahtawi became a role model and an inspiring model of the renewed scholar, a scholar that gathered by belonging to the nation and the modernization. And we ask from the Almighty God to thank them and reward them. Rafal Tahtawi traveled to France pursuing the education and mastered the language and their society, and took a path of a patriotic course. Do not fight with the word and not to be superior. You listen now a summary of the research by the French language recited by the student Ahmad Mahmoud.
Cheikh Rifa'ah al-Tahtawi fut le fruit d'un grand projet de civilisation fondé par son maître, Imam Hassan al-Attar, Cheikh al-Azhar. Ce dernier inculqua à ses disciples une solide formation scientifique approfondie dans les sciences de la Sharia, particulièrement les sciences rationnelles, sciences du ma'koul. C'est ainsi que l'on voya son élève Rifa'ah al-Tahtawi en France et son élève Mohamed Ayad al-Tantawi en Russie. Le projet de Rifa'ah al-Tahtawi repose sur les piliers suivants: le concept de civilité et d'urbanisme, la construction de ponts entre les civilisations, comme l'illustre son récit de voyage, Takhlis al-Ibriz, l'intérêt pour l'éducation, en particulier celle des filles, tel qu'il apparaît dans son livre Al-Murshid al-Amin lil-Banati wal-Banin, l'intérêt pour le droit, comme en témoigne sa traduction du Code Napoléon, l'intérêt pour l'idée de patrie et d'identité culturelle, l'intérêt pour le renouveau, tel qu'il ressort dans son livre Al-Qawl al-Sadid fi al-Ijtihad wa al-Tajdid, le façonnement d'une génération de pionniers représentés par Mohammad Qadri Pasha, Ali Mubarak Pasha, مخلوف المنياوي, Mohamed Bekhit el-Mouti'i, Mohamed Abdullah Diraz, puis le docteur Ali Jum'a et d'autres. Il fut ainsi, à juste titre, un modèle inspirant du savant de Lazare, érudit, cultivé, conscient de son époque, dévoué à sa patrie et accomplissant pleinement le devoir de son temps.
الفكرة فكرة
The
بناء
idea is built in the human being, will balance a human being, thoughtful and educational. And anyone wants to create a real person for the figure. The program should be based on sound principles. In the heart of such a vision, the importance of qualification of imams emerged, as they are the most important total of the societal awareness in establishing the tolerance and moderate vision. The imams were qualified through the Egyptian Military Academy as the qualification arm of the state. And the Ministry of Endowments is very much keen to continue such a qualification, aiming to escalate their awareness, skills of communication, to contribute in building in a very enlightened path that combined the requirements of reality and education. Therefore, the result was the third cohort of the imams, preceded by 2 courses of such a program, and today we celebrate to graduate the third cohort as a fruit of 6 months of education in serious science. One of the most important points of the graduation to prepare a scientific research titled Rifal Tahtawi in its experimental project, prepared by the third cohort, supervised by the board of educators of the academy, to provide a scientific reason of its prominent figures contributed to the establishment of the nation. And its journey of thought, its binary journey of transferring the Western civilization into the Egyptian cultivation. The second chapter explored the most prominent of his project. That was the first advocates of education, women in Egypt and the Middle East, as the main pillar of building the society. And the chapter tackled his vision of the system of education, and the third chapter shows its impact of the following generation that gathered the opening awareness of the world and the admiration of the religious awareness. It's very rare to have such a research of such a degree of accuracy and harmony, and therefore the committee will thank the researchers of their scientific research that has been ratified and licensed. And today the Egyptians to continue their path by cooperation of the Academy and the Ministry for Endowment, the investment of minds has less or more important than the other paths that carry the message of the religion and making the awareness. The speech of the students, which is a poem articulated by the student Muhammad Abdul Minan Gunidi. A message of glory from the land of beauty is Egypt. Peace on the honest men and honorable men. Peace to Egypt is in everywhere and time. Peace to the right. When we've chosen the skies of mercy, of the spirit of struggle, your men, Egypt, are the best elite of men. as they are the enlightenment of the day and the light of the night, the preservers of, or the guardians of peace, as Egypt's Nile dehydrated our hearts and bodies, and will move forward of a certain determination and the solidness of the mountain. In a factory of worship, we were preserved by the Almighty God, and we got the reward. We've never seen a similar as He is, the stars or the enlighten of the beauty, fruit, bearing the fruits of the light of truth, enlightened the civilization based on the tolerance of the thoughts vested by the brothers of Bilan, the beacon of the science and the core of the thought, as the role model, as our spirits held to the sky to get the result by the series of the light, to give us our pioneer as the Sheikh of the path and the courage. Where are the branches, and whoever is following the origin gain the beauty and the completion. It's time to announce the result of the graduation presented by the Assistant Manager of the Academy for the Educational Affairs.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صدق السيد القائد العام للقوات المسلحة وزير الدفاع
General Commander of the Armed Forces Ministry of the Military Production ratified the result of the third of Imams of the Ministry of Endowment held in the headquarters of the Egyptian Military Academy from the 3rd of January 2026 to the 20th of June 2026, that the percentage of success reached 97% of 259 students of total 266 students ratified to be joined the course. The course gained the following degrees: excellent degree of 215 students, degree of very good of 44, and the general degree or the general degree of excellence. Great hopes are held on the shoulders of the new Imams, meant by the Emir of Poets as the hopes of Egypt. Build on the blessings of the Almighty God and engage what has been provided by His. The oath of the graduates articulated by Dr. Ahmed Naomi, General Secretary of the Islamic entity or the Islamic Affairs entities of the High Council. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, praise to the Almighty God. Peace and prayer on our Prophet Muhammad, upon his companions and friends as a whole. We ask Almighty God, the best witnesses and bear witnesses, I vow you sincerely, swearing of the greatness of your glory, to be great, honest, and loyal on the heritage of the Prophet Muhammad's message, and advocates grateful to your land, our great homeland, Egypt, respecting all the laws and his position and history, building the future, proud of belonging to the Al-Azhar al-Sharif. I ask Almighty God to make me tolerant to the people, to your all creature, great and brave in preserving our nation from any bad, and building to the human being, advocate to the civilization, guiding to your righteous path, inspiring from you the help and asking and seek the help, and as you are the very great witness, praise unto the Almighty God, and peace upon the messengers, and thank and praise to the holy, or to the Almighty God. To the segment of chanting presented by the Muhammad al-Kulaji.
مصر التي ملك الفؤاد هواها، مصر التي ملك الفؤاد هواها، هي جنة سبحان من سواها. فجر العروبة ما بدا لولاها فاحفظ إلهي مصر من كيد العدا فاحفظ إلهي مصر من كيد العدا فاحفظ إلهي مصر من كيد العدا وأدم علينا مجدها وعلاها يا أيها المختار لمدحه ماذا أقول لمدحه ماذا أقول لمدحه والله طهر من سفاح الجاهلية أحمدا ذو رأفة بالمؤمنين ورحمة سماك ربك في القرآن محمدا ذو رأفة بالمؤمنين ورحمة سماك ربك في القرآن محمدا نادت بك الرسل الكرام 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 فبشرت وملائك الرحمن خلفك سجادا صلوات الله وسلامه عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله.
كلمة الأستاذ الدكتور
The speech of Dr. Osama Al-Azhari, the Ministry of or the Minister of Ministry of Endowments. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, praise to the Almighty God, and peace and blessings upon Prophet Muhammad as a blessing to the whole world. His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the President of the Republic, preserved by the Almighty God, esteemed guest, it is a very pleasant day that I am proud of our sons of Imams were witnessing to the celebration of the graduation honored by His Excellency Mr. President along with the seniors of the state. Following the full 6 months where the sons gained a great portion of education and building the personalities. For them, tens of expertise were gathered throughout the science and fields, preserved by the Egyptian Military Academy. Such a very great establishment, making the patriotism according to a very comprehensive program that is full of human and legal and methodology and curriculum being highly selected based on a very unique standard. Thanks to the Almighty God, we have a very pure motivation to enhance their presence and to provide the highest service as they are the advocates to the Almighty God, as He is the Almighty God. So, therefore, a well-balanced, great, enlightened persons are the best to talk about Him. Quoting from the Holy Quran, I advocate as I'm the one among the infidels, as they are the best who advocate to the Almighty God, that I am one of the Muslims based on the wisdom. The Almighty God knows very well of their guide. Crowned by the great Imam of Hassan al-Attar, the pioneer of the opening building bridges based on the well-balanced patriotism, as his research had been licensed and ratified upon Imam Rifa' al-Tahtawi, a Nobel scholar, emerged from Al-Azhar to France and returned full proud of his religion, carried the flag of modernization, burden bridges with other civilizations, and for their son to be inspired by their biographies of the forementioned Imams. It is well notably, he said, that such a batch that we celebrate of 259 graduates, but were selected basically before joining such a training course based on the highest calibration of selecting the elite. 15 of graduates carrying the Qur'at, the Quran Qira'at is a certificate, 20 of them carrying the master degrees, 2 of PhDs, and 11 graduates mastering the other language plus the Arabic language, and the rest researchers of the master degrees or the post or the pre-graduates of the master degrees. This comes from the best selection of their batch to put them on the path of the highest qualification and to be vested by the knowledge of the new era. I say to the Egyptian people, it is our methodology in building the human being that is honored to serve you and serve our great homeland with the serious work and to elevate the efficiency of the previous generation and vesting them of experiences and knowledge. It's not for the Ministry of the Endowment only, but the matter of the Egyptian state throughout its institution to execute practically of building the human being through such a course passed by our sons, accompanied by their colleagues throughout the state institution. To conclude, I extend my thanks to the Egyptian Military Academy for their good hospitality and the care of our graduates, to congratulate their families on their graduation celebration event, and I say that starting from this point, you carried your responsibility, guided by the Almighty God, honest, honored, and wise pioneers, and enlightened the path and taken the hands of mercy and tolerance upon the heads of your nation's sons, to be the light guided throughout the planet and to build the civilization. I'll ask the Almighty God to be the tongue of honesty for the people to be enlightened as well as their minds in order for the peoples to listen by seeing what about such a beauty. The Almighty God loves the beauty. Thank you. Dr. Osama, please. In the name of Allah, praise to the Almighty God. Allow me the outset to extend to you and to the Ministry of Endowment and to the court with the congratulations, wishing them all the best of luck. You said to me that there are 10 as the top 10s. You've already mentioned the top 10s, so please ask him to come up to the stage and to salute them. So please prepare the top 10s, but before this, the Colonel and Brigadier Hatim and Major General Turk with Dr. Osama to see the top 10s of the graduates, or you said that there's some excellent in the language and the Quran Qira'at, but we've had the chances to examine this, to witness it. So in order to build upon, I don't have anything to say, either to develop their languages through very much disciplined courses, and for the master degrees holders to have an opportunity to gain the PhD. So I propose this before you, and some of them are ready to be dispatched for foreign fellowships that would require a genuine assessment for dispatching them. I say, if you wish to select some of them to be dispatched to study master's degrees or high studies, So think about it, and then we'll have a say during the upcoming times, and to announce this later on, either for those students or the upcoming courses that we select of them, and a very distinguished group, to give them another chance of more knowledge. Maybe it is required from Major General Turk and General Ahmed Khalifa to study, to collect some of them in the National Defense faculties, to choose some of them. I thank you, and I wish them all the best of luck, and let me to witness or to accompany the top 10s to come out up the stage. Please go ahead. In the name of Allah, you are the first. Yes, go ahead. Student Abdullah Kamal Muhammad from Sohag, Governor. I wish to say a word to you, the most repeated word while coming out of the celebration hall was the chanting Allah the Great. I'm an expert of the Arab language. It is cry out said by the best of soldiers. They were the mountain and the men of the homeland. You have a scientific degree? No, I'm newly graduate. In the name of Allah, praise to the Almighty God, peace and prayer upon Prophet Muhammad, student Mahrous Abdel Galil from Al-Munufiyya of the third cohort of the Ministry of Endowments Imams, the class of Hassan al-Attar, the former Grand Imam of Al-Azhar. Today is the most joyful days of our days of what we've gained, of honor, blessing, and what we've seen through our eyes, and articulated as always by Dr. Osama as thanks to you, and particularly you, Mr. President, we've noticed and witnessed. So thanks and appreciation to such an establishment and to all of you. Thank you. Your discipline of the faculty of the origins of religion, you're still a newly graduate. In the name of Allah, praise to the Almighty God, peace and blessings upon Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him. A student, Ahmed Hamid Said from Qina Governorate, a village of Awlad Amar, a graduate of the Egyptian Military Academy, the third cohort of the Ministry of Endowments Imams, a new graduate. Thank you. In the name of Allah, praise to the Almighty God, the student Mahmoud Hanif from Qina Governorate, from the village of Al-Maharisa, of the third cohort of the Ministry of Endowments Imams, holding the licentiate of law. Student, graduate Muhammad Tamam from Cairo, holding licentiate of the Islamic law. I thank you for this great and beautiful perception and celebration, and great honor to have you here to join us our celebration. And I pray to the Almighty God that you are the builder of the nations, our great homeland. Thank you. In the name of Allah, praise to the Almighty God, peace and prayers upon Prophet Muhammad and his followers and companions. Firstly, I extend gratitude to Your Excellency for your kind perceptions كهذا اللي from Assistant Governorate, a graduate of the Faculty of Law of Al-Azhar in Cairo, holding the master's degree from Ain Shams University, specialty of the public law. Briefly, that the well-balanced figure should be a partner of making the civilization of our homeland, not just a consumer. I thank you and I thank all your attendees, and peace be upon you all. In the name of Allah, Hani Hamdi Omar Al-Shami from Al-Bahira Governorate, Rashid Center from GB Village, hold the license of the law from the Faculty of Law in Al-Azhar. In the name of Allah, student Ahmed Abdel Basit Abdel Latif from Sohag, Governorate, licensed from the Islamic law from the Faculty of Law in Asyut. In student Mad Mahmoud from Al-Bahira Governorate, the license of arts, especially in the French language. I'm very proud of your presence, as well as the General Commander of the Armed Forces and Dr. Al-Azhari, the Ministry for Endowment, and thank him from their efforts. In the name of Allah, student Omar Ahmad from Al-Bahira Governorate, holding the license of the advocacy of religion. Thank you, and I congratulate you. Thank you. I thank you, your presence, Mr. President. The national anthem.
Welcome back. As we see, we have brought you the graduation, the third graduation batch of the Ministry of